In this video, we explain what to look for in an outdoor security camera so you can avoid false alerts, poor night footage, and unnecessary subscription costs. Before you buy anything, decide what you need the camera to do. Is it meant to identify a face at the front door, capture license plates in a driveway, or just show general activity near a gate? Here's why that matters. A wide-angle camera can cover a lot of space, but it can also make people look smaller and harder to identify. A tighter view can capture detail, but it might miss activity on the edges. You are not really buying a camera, you are buying a viewpoint. A viewpoint that is outside, so you have to make sure it's actually weather resistant. Outdoor cameras should have a real ingress protection rating, not just weather resistant. IP ratings come from the IEC 60529 standard and tell you how well an enclosure blocks dust and water. For most outdoor installs, IP65 is a common baseline people look for because it indicates dust protection and resistance to water jets. Also check operating temperature. Battery cameras can struggle in cold weather and may need more charging, which is something reviewers online consistently warn about. Speaking of charging, how the camera is powered is actually more important than anything else. Power type is one of the big differences between consumer outdoor cameras and professional security cameras. Battery and solar cameras are convenient, but they are forced to conserve power. That can mean shorter clips, longer wake-up time, and missed moments. Wired power is more consistent. And if you want the most reliable setup, PoE is hard to beat. One cable for power and data, which makes it more stable and predictable than battery or Wi-Fi only cameras. But if you do go Wi-Fi, plan for the environment. 2.4 GHz generally travels farther and penetrates obstacles better, while 5 GHz is faster but has less range. Same thing with night vision. There are two common night modes you will see. Infrared night vision, which is usually black and white, and relies on infrared LEDs to illuminate the scene, and color night vision, which often needs more light to be useful. Some cameras use spotlights to force the scene into color, but that can also create glare, reflections, and more false alerts. If the goal is detail at night, prioritize a camera that performs well in low light, not just higher resolution. Because if someone is trespassing during the night, you want to make sure you'll be alerted of it. Speaking of, the biggest complaint I've seen online is false notifications. Shadows, headlights, branches, bugs. If your phone is buzzing all day, you stop checking. Look for cameras that have motion zones and person detection at a minimum. If you want a smarter system, use object classification. Instead of asking, "Did something move?" the camera asks, "Was that a person, a vehicle, or something else?" This is why you will see features labeled person detection, vehicle detection, or package detection. These are not just convenience features, they directly determine whether alerts are usable. There's a lot to consider when choosing the actual camera, but you have to keep in mind the hidden costs that come with it, like subscriptions, cybersecurity, future-proofing, etc. People will overlook these, but they have a huge impact on how satisfied you are with an outdoor camera over time. Many camera brands place important features behind a monthly subscription, including longer video history, rich notifications, person detection, or continuous recording, which is why Consumer Reports specifically advises buyers to compare cloud storage plans before choosing a camera. Subscription pricing and feature access can also change over time, and several major brands have raised prices or adjusted what is included, catching users off guard. If you want to avoid recurring fees, local storage options like SD cards or base stations are worth considering, especially since many buyers actively search for no subscription setups. At the same time, privacy and cybersecurity cannot be treated as optional anymore, because an outdoor camera is essentially a computer pointed at your property. Basic security hygiene matters, including changing default credentials and using strong, unique passwords, since security groups consistently warn that shared default passwords make entire product lines vulnerable once a single credential is exposed. It is also important to choose brands with a history of regular security updates and clear privacy policies, and to look for third-party evaluation programs, such as UL's IoT security rating, which assesses how connected devices handle security risks. Finally, think about compatibility and future growth. If you plan to expand your system later, standards like ONVIF can make it easier to integrate cameras with different recording platforms, especially in business environments or multi-camera deployments. Buying with interoperability in mind helps ensure you are not locked into a single ecosystem that becomes limiting as your needs grow. Security should be treated like a requirement, not like an extra, because the best outdoor security camera is not the one with the best product page. It is the one you can actually rely on when something happens. Thanks so much for watching. We have additional resources linked in the description. Leave a like if you liked it, subscribe if you really liked it, and we'll see you here for the next one.